Hi, yeah, welcome back. Today's video is just going to be a sort of pickups video. You'll have to bear with me waiting for normal service to resume in in relation to the normal content that I produce. It's going to take a couple of weeks to get back up to speed. I had abdominal surgery last week, and I've got a belly full of keyhole operation ports and also a great big 12-inch scar where the keyhole bit didn't work, so I can't really sit and bend much to allow me to sit there and play a video and create the videos I've normally been doing. So bear with me. I've got a pickup video here. I know they're not very sort of popular, but you know, it's all I can do at the moment, so please accept my apologies for that. Now, sure you're all aware my normal sphere of interest is the ZX Spectrum. This is a bundle given to me by a good friend Graeme, but there are some other bits and pieces outside of the Spectrum included in it, so I'm going to show you all of them. Okay, so if we start, we've got TV Special, which includes games of the Krypton Factor, if you remember that. Every Second Counts, the old Paul Daniels thing, and Blockbusters. Now, remember the Blockbusters game. I don't remember the other two, but I am curious about them, and so I think it's only right that I stick that on a list of videos to do. Yeah, let's put that aside, see what we've got next. ZX Spectrum version of Barbarian 2, The Dungeon of Drax. This is a special version that includes the original Barbarian. Now, this is quite a nice little package, really, because Barbarian 1 is one of my favourite games on the Spectrum, and Barbarian 2 is one of my most hated. So I've got them both in the one package here. And look at that type of there, the complete Barbarian. Okay, so don't know who was responsible for the grammar check-in there, but that's quite a nice little package, I thought. I'll look forward to seeing how that all works. Also got a compilation featuring Operation Thunderbolt. Never too keen on that, but the New Zealand story and Chase HQ are two of the best arcade conversions that ever hit the ZX Spectrum. They're absolutely fantastic, especially the 128K version of Chase HQ. Really should check that out if you never have. So what is next out of the box? Batman the Caped Crusader. Now there's 3 Batman games that I'm aware of on the Spectrum. The John Rittman and Bernie Drummond Night Law type isometric game. There's Batman the Movie, which everyone is probably most familiar with, and then there's Batman the Caped Crusader, which is presented in a great kind of comic book graphical style, and it's the sort of lesser known of the 3, I think, but I only really sort of played this recently, and it features in my top 10 best looking ZX Spectrum games video, because of the way it's presented. It's a really nice looking little game. What else is in here? Oh, we have another compilation. Again from Ocean, with conversions of Afterburner. That's not a bad conversion. It's a bit of a shallow game. Not much to do in it. Obviously, you're never going to get arcade quality on the Spectrum, but they had a pretty good stab at it. WEC Le Mans, one of the best racing games on the Spectrum. One of the best driving games. Last Ninja 2. Last Ninja 1 obviously never ever came to the Spectrum, so Last Ninja 1 is where it all started for us, and the sort of turkey in the coupe is Double Dragon. That's abysmal. Ow. We have here Trantor, the Last Stormtrooper. Very, very visually good looking game. Look forward to playing that as well, as I look forward to playing all of these. Road Toad by DK Tronics. I wonder what kind of game that is. International Match Day, which is of course the 128K Spectrum version of Match Day. just featuring international teams. Other than that, the game is pretty much the same. Codemasters game, SAS Combat Simulator. Yeah, it sort of looks like a kind of Commando sort of clone. Be interesting to see what that's like. I'll have a play of that as well. What else is in the bag? Come here. I love the title of this game, International Ninja Rabbits. I think that's a brilliant title. Haven't got a clue what it's about. Never ever heard of it. Never ever heard of the software house. So again, I will look to see if that's any good, or if it is one of those crap ninja games along the lines of Ninja Master and Oriental Hero. We've got, what else have we got? Treasure Hunt. Based on the old Channel 4 programme. I do hope this gives you a chance to be a virtual cameraman following a virtual Annika Rice's arse up a virtual lighthouse, virtual staircase. That'd be good fun to find out if that's the case, or if it's just boring. I don't know. I suspect it's going to be the latter, unfortunately. Oh, ye of little faith, am I? Now we move on to a Commodore 64 game, Parallax. Don't know an awful lot about that. Don't play the Commodore 64, but I might just check this out, see if it's any good. What, you know, if you know the game, is it any good? What are the good points? What are the bad points about it? I have Boxing Manager from Cult Software. Is what it says on the tin, really. You've got to be a boxing manager. Again, I will check that out, see if that's anything worth looking at. I have Hyper Sports, but for the Amstrad. Now, I've played it on the Commodore 64 way back in the day. Brilliant. I love it on the Spectrum, and I'm led to believe the Amstrad version is not spectacular. But I'll have a look. I'll load up WinApe at some point over the next couple of weeks and have a look at the the Amstrad version of Hyper Sports. We have Nodes of Yesod for the Commodore 64. Yeah, yes. One of the greatest games ever. One of the greatest games that came out on the Spectrum. Obviously, you know, it earned itself a Zap Sizzler, so it must be quite good. So I've got that, and I've also got its sort of sequel, the Ark of Yesod, again from Odin for the Commodore 64. In fact, no, yeah, this is from. Is it from Odin? So that's from Thor for the Commodore 64. The Commodore 64 version of Way of the Exploding Fist. Now, I love it on the Spectrum, but have to say, you know, sometimes you've got to concede defeat graciously. In the Commodore 64 version, absolutely astounding game. The soundtrack on it is brilliant, especially the loading screen music and the in-game music as well. Everything about it is just brilliant. And Armalite for the Commodore 64 from Thalamus Software. Don't know anything about that. Looks like some kind of shoot 'em up game. Again, I will have a look at all of these at various points, because I'm going to have time to do so, because it's going to take ages for me to recover from this operation. And we have got the Eidolon C64 from Lucasfilm, published by Activision. Again, I'm not familiar with it. It's got a medal, a Zap 64 gold medal badge up there, so obviously it was highly regarded by Zap 64 back in the day. And finally, Zub from Mastertronic for the Spectrum. I did own this back in the day. Quite a fun little game, little bit limited, but still, you know, this was a 2-3 quid special. From Mastertronic, and a lot of the times, especially later on in the day, some of these budget releases were much better than some of the full price stuff that was being released. So that's those. Anyway, I do apologise for, you know, just doing basically a pickups video. It's all I can do at the moment. I will get back to my normal sort of output as soon as possible. Thanks very much for watching. If you like the video, please feel free to let me know. If you want to subscribe, please do. Specifically in relation to those Commodore 64 and Amstrad games that I've mentioned, you know, Parallax, Armalite, Eidolon, etc. I would be interested if any of you have got any knowledge of those games. If you let me know what they're like, if they're worth me sort of checking out. I don't play Commodore 64 or Amstrad games very, very frequently at all. I have occasionally, but not very frequently. But please let me know if they're worth checking out, and I will do so. Anyway, thanks ever so much for watching. Thanks ever so much for putting up with my incessant rambling. Take care of yourselves. I hope the rest of your weekend is fantastic. Goodbye.